good and bad is subjective. And I'm going to give you an example. Let's say this. Everyone pretty much knows morally what is good and what is bad. We have laws that kind of show us what things we should be doing, what things we should not be doing, what things that you will be penalized for if you do, such as unaliving someone or graping someone. These are horrible things, right? They're horrible. Let's say this. A lot of people will say that unaliving someone is horrible, right? It's like one of the worst crimes that anyone can do, taking someone else's life. But let's say this. God forbid this, obviously this is just an example, but a man has a close friend or whatever. He ends up graping his young daughter. Now, when this man finds out, the father finds out that his friend graped his young daughter, what are the things that could happen here? Obviously, he probably beat him to a pulp. Now, we just said that unaliving someone is bad. But in this situation, I think a lot of people will have some empathy towards this man. You graped his young daughter and you expect him to just, not do anything about it? A lot of people are going to justify, oh, well, I understand he unalived this man, but he had a good reason to do it. Good and bad is subjective. Even if you look in the Bible, God wasn't good all the time. They say, oh, all the time God is good. God is good. But look at some of the things that God did in the Bible. He slaughtered an entire communities, an entire world with the flood, right? Because people were evil. But does that sound, think about that. He is not good all the time. He's not just loving. And he said he's a jealous God. So he doesn't want you to serve other guys and all these other things. Jealousy is not a good trait. Killing people is not a good trait, right? But there are certain pretenses on where it actually makes sense or where it's excused. So think about that. Good and bad is actually subjective. Us as humans, we can't be good all the time. If you're good all the time, then you're not being honest with yourself. Let's call a spade a spade. Think about this. If you let somebody sit there and take control of your life, ruin your life, slander, says all these bad things about you, picks on you, you're not going to let that slide, right? Anybody in their right mind is not going to let that slide. Some people might look at that as, oh, but I don't want to be mean. Just because someone did something to me doesn't mean I have to retaliate. No, it doesn't mean you have to retaliate, but you still need to do something to stand up for yourself. Standing up for yourself might not come off as being nice, because being nice means you're going to let things slide. You're going to be passive and you're just going to do everything with a smile on your face. And that's just not the case. 24/7, you can't. Like I said, if you are, you're not living a truthful life. You're probably not living a very happy life. And you're probably a people pleaser. I say that because this was who I was. I say that to say this. Good and bad are subjective. And that's just the fact. Obviously, like I said, there's some things that we're going to put in categories that are horrible than others. But in certain circumstances, you'll excuse it. And that is the whole thing of what I'm saying. We can't be good all the time. Obviously, we don't want to be bad. You know, I'm not saying I want you to go on your villain arc or something like that. I'm just saying there are some times